I don't remember seeing this picture before. The stone and the girl. Dana? Oh, yeah. I should ask about that picture. Dana?
You're from that... Ike?
I was worried about where you were.
Yes, I was pretty shook up too, when I got separated from you.
I'm glad you're okay. I'm really sorry you got mixed up in all this.
I was scared to death, though. It was pitch dark, too. But it only took me a bit to figure out that it was the same place, and I started thinking that maybe it was just a different time. The buildings and the streets are almost exactly the same, so...
Wow, you thought of all that and didn't freak out? Well, I would have for sure.
Well, it took a while to get used to. Things only fell into place lately. I looked for you for a long time, you know.
I'm sorry. I looked for you too, but I didn't have any luck.
Well, no use worrying about what's done. It's been 4 years after all.
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess it would be. You do look more, well, I don't know, mature, come to think of it.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing really.
A night watchman helped me that first day. And since then, I've done a lot of different things. I even worked in a mill for a while. But now, I'm a chambermaid at the Squire's Manor House. I feel so content these days. I feel like I should be thanking you.
Why are you modeling for a picture?
The Squire's a patron of this painter, and that's how I met him originally. He said he really wanted to use me as a model, and I just couldn't say no.
I see.
The Squire's daughter was supposed to model, really, but she didn't want to do it, so I ended up taking her place.
So the girl in the picture is you?
Oh, I don't even start posing till tomorrow. I just came over today to work out the schedule and all that stuff.
But the picture will eventually be painted.
Hey, why did you come here today? Are you here to take me back? You know how to, don't you?
Sure. Do you want to? Go back to our own time with me?
I did, you know. Of course I wanted to, but not anymore.
Not anymore?
It's okay. I have no one there. No parents, no family. So I'll be okay here. No one will worry about me. No one expected anything of me back there. No one was watching, no matter how hard I worked. So there really is nothing for me there.
Dana.
Don't worry about me, Ike. I'm grateful to you, you know, this world, this age. I feel like I've come home after a really long trip. That's how right it feels, and I mean that. So please, don't look for me anymore. This is where I'm going to spend my life. I've already made up my mind.
Dana.
Oh, remember this? It's the red stone from that day.
That stone's a look. Do you mind if I ask you to give that to me?
Of course, you can have it. If it weren't for this stone, I would have never met you. Never would have ended up right here now, talking to you like this. I've always thought that there was something very important about this stone. But that's okay. That's the reason I thought about having it included in my portrait. After all, I got to see you again. Here you go.
Thanks, Dana. What are you gonna do now?
There's someone you know that I work with at the manor house where I'm being looked after. He and I, well, we're going to start a life together someday, so I'm going to be staying. I'm really sorry, Ike.
Won't you regret it?
No, I won't. It's all right.
Okay. Well, you take care then.
Thanks. You too, Ike.
To show up unannounced, don't you?
Father's down in the basement working. You did come to see him, not Margarete, didn't you?
Oh, stop it.
You have, by chance, the Philosopher's Stone?
Yes. Is this it? That's the only stone I know that fits the bill.
Ah, in the name of heaven, I shall start the preparations for the experiment right now. It's all right. It doesn't matter if this is not the true stone. I'm grateful for your help regardless. But if it is the stone, the results should be wondrous. Please come back again in, let's see, make it 10 days.
10 days. Okay. That would be the 13th. Oh!
What is it?
That experiment's dangerous.
That may be, but this is something I want to do. Something I must do. Please try to understand. 10 days from now, by then, the experiment should yield fruit. I will be able to show you the homunculus. At last, science will prove itself capable of creating life. How I wish she could have been here, Helena. That is my only regret. See you in 10 days, then. Oh, one more thing. Could you keep this a secret from Hugo and Margarete? Knowing Hugo, if he learns of this, he might do something like attempt to bring Elena back from the dead. He can't seem to face his mother's death. Should this experiment succeed, if I manage to find what answers I can in my quest for truth, I shall commit all records of my research to the fire. Now, take care.
Hey, did you manage to see Father?
Uh-huh. What is it?
Damn, what's the matter with Father anyway? He hasn't let me into his laboratory lately. When I went in there the other day, he got really angry with me. And ever since, there's some secret in there he can't tell me about. I just know it. Hey, are you like Father's right-hand man? You know, with tools from the future and stuff?
Of course not. Nothing like that.
Really? I'd definitely ask for your help if I were Father. Then I could make a machine to move through time, like the one you showed me before. I sort of understand how it works anyway.
Wow, really? I'm impressed.
Well, I said sort of. Anyway, I'm more interested in what Father's working on right now.
Hugo, I'm sure Father will tell us one of these days.
I don't know about that.
Children, I have something to tell you.
Father?
I'm going to start another experiment, but this one will be very dangerous. So I want you two to leave the house for a while.
Right away?
The sooner the better. I'll send word in about 10 days. Go to our relatives' homes or anywhere else you like. That's all.
Can I help with the experiment?
No. Both of you have to leave this house.
Oh, for Pete's sake. What does he think he's doing, huh?
Come on, where should we go?
Sis? So, you're just going to do it?
Do we have a choice?
But...
It's only for a little while. Let's go, we have to get ready.
I guess I'll be going now.
Of course. I am sorry we're always in the middle of something.
See you soon, okay?
Hello, is anybody here? Anybody? Dr. Wagner, Margarete, Hugo. Anyone there?
Hugo!
The basement? This meter here, is this a time machine? That can't be. But that sounded like Margaret's voice just now.
Hey, long time no see. Actually, didn't we just see each other today?
Is this Hugo?
Uh-huh. I really like these machines of the future. Being able to just project your voice a long distance, that's really something.
How do you know my number?
Oh, that. I asked someone called Eckert. You know, you mentioned him once.
How did you get here, and why? Were you the one threatening Mr. Eckert?
Come on, threaten sounds so serious. All I did was propose a deal. Can I help it if he jumped at the chance when I told him what he wanted to hear about his daughter? Oh, and about how I got here. It's pretty simple, really. Remember that tool you showed me? I just made one of my own, you see?
What?
Well, actually, I didn't make it, not exactly. The Hugo of the future completed it and gave it to me. A transport mechanism to time-space marked by phenomena of relevance. You like it? Just like yours. Actually, I think the other stuff may be different, but who cares, right? In any case, I can track and follow your machine.
What about Margarete?
Will you look at that? I'm forgetting the point of the whole thing. Can you drop by? I'll be waiting at the square. Bring Homunculus. We have a few things to discuss. Oh, and by the way, do what I tell you, okay? Otherwise, someone you care about's gonna die. I don't have to tell you what I mean about that, right? Later, then.
Hugo!
Hey! Hugo! Where are you?
Lord, you're so noisy. I'm here, right here.
Hugo! You're the one that's been trying to kill me.
Never mind that. Where's Homunculus?
You heard what I asked you.
The Homunculus was completed because you showed up. You fooled Father into creating the homunculus. Isn't that right? I read Father's research notes. They said you brought him the last ingredient, the Philosopher's Stone.
Me? Get your father to create homunculus? All I've been doing is trying to stay alive. But it isn't...
What I really wanted was to get here earlier and stop what you were doing. But all my machine could do is follow yours. So I targeted yesterday's you because I thought I could manage to get to you before you did the things you did today. I had so many chances, but I still didn't manage to kill you off.
Hugo.
It's a shame, but there's no way for my machine to outrun yours. And I can't stop the homunculus from being completed. So I'm switching to another plan. If I can't prevent homunculus from being created in the first place, I'll destroy it. That seems to be the only way to get a hold of the Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone? What use is that to you?
Hugo?
I'm out for revenge, get it? Homunculus destroyed my family, and you're the one who had him created.
Hugo, I can't believe that's true. Ike just doesn't seem like someone who would do a thing like that. There must be some other reason Father just disappeared the way he did. Come on, Hugo. Let's give him a little more time. We'll wait together.
Shut up. That's your problem, you know. Stop treating me like a kid whenever it suits you, all right?
I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but...
I know that homunculus is made of the Philosopher's Stone. If we got hold of it, we could save Mother.
Save? What do you mean by that?
I can save her life. That's the reason I'm looking for that stone. This time, I'll succeed, and she'll be alive again. We'll all go home together and start over. You understand now? Come on, go get Homunculus.
Bring her back? Hugo, what do you think you're doing?
You want to raise the dead?
The stone let Father create Homunculus. As long as I have the right materials, this should work too.
Hugo, you didn't.
Never mind. Just hurry up.
You used that lock of Mother's hair? You've tried this before?
Hurry up!
Homunculus can't be... He just appears out of nowhere. It has nothing to do with what I want. Yes, he saved my life, but that's about it. It just isn't possible for me to call him up. You've got to understand.
I'll give you 20 minutes. If you don't bring him to me in 20 minutes, I'm just going to disappear. Sorry, sis, but I'll have to leave you behind in this age.
Hugo, what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. Even if I do end up doing that, nothing's going to happen to you. Leaving your ancestress in this time. You understand what that means, right? Go on, hurry up!
Welcome. Yes?
Who are you?
Would you really like to know?
If you really don't mind telling me.
Could it be that you are here because you have some idea of what that answer will be? I met you, long ago. I could not have imagined then that we would meet again under such circumstances. I'd listened to you go talking, of course, but how could I have believed these wild fantasies about time travel? That is, until I became what I was and saw you again. Yes, long ago I was called Helena. I had a life of my own and 2 children named Margarete and Hugo. But I was also very ill. When we first met, I couldn't even raise myself from the bed anymore. And soon afterwards, I died. All that was left of my existence was a lock of hair, as it should have been. But Hugo, my son Hugo, found the homunculus device that his father had been experimenting with. And he used my hair in the machine. What are you? Please stop this. Hugo, send me back. Help me.
What are you doing here?
Father. I...
Never mind. Just get out.
Father! But
you
Father!
are not to enter this room again.
Hugo's act brought back my spirit alone to this world, stripped of the protection of the body, and the disembodied spirit kept forever from rest. Has been wandering this earth through time and will for all eternity.
Have you told him? Told Hugo about this?
No, I have not told Hugo. He cannot see me, nor hear me.
Why are you helping me?
You're very special. You can hear my voice. The only people I can reach are those who have ended their stay in this world of the living and are on their way to the next.
Oh, great. So I have one foot in the grave. Is that it?
Perhaps, but you are trying to deflect your destiny away from immediate death. And the cause of your death rests with Hugo, my son. So I suppose I was hoping that fate could be swayed, just like that creature is. I know how powerful fate is. But I still hoped, though of course, for a very different reason from the creatures.
The creature?
Homunculus. My husband did not create it. You know, its true nature is far from that. It's a kind of genie trapped in the Philosopher's Stone. All my husband did was free it.
That can't be.
What I've told you, I pieced together from what other souls told me in my wanderings. Ever since I became what I am now. Of course, not all of it may be true. I've kept you long enough, haven't I? You must go. Fate is something that belongs to you, and the only one who can change it is yourself. My work is near its end. There is only one thing I ask of you. Should you ever see Hugo again, tell him you have done an unforgivable thing, but I forgive you, even if no one else can.
too well, as you can see. This body can get a little tiresome sometimes. It must be nice to have a human one.
Could you come with me for a second? Hugo's looking for you, and I have a few things I need to ask you, too.
Hugo. Which means you know who the killer is, I guess. Let me guess what Hugo's plan is. He's going to leave Margarete in the present and wipe you, her descendant, out that way.
You knew about this?
Since I was willing to give you time-traveling powers, you didn't expect me to just sit around, did you? I tested out a few histories. That particular outcome is just a variation in a theme, so it was fairly easy to guess. It's the sort of thing Hugo would think of. So please don't thank me. I just wanted to help. Switched kids. I found a baby just about the same age. Is the Margarete you know blonde and blue-eyed?
What are you saying? Switched babies? Isn't Margarete an ancestress of mine?
Well, that's my theory. There's something uncanny about your involvement with that family, don't you think? It is, after all, the simplest explanation. Well, if she isn't a blonde, it means my plan worked. No matter what happens to Margarete, your existence is an assured fact. Don't worry. I'll switch things back to the way they were after all this is over.
You switched Margarete with Mr. Eckert's daughter?
So what, Ike? No big deal, I say. She was going to die alongside her mother, and I saved her life. It's harmless compared to Hugo trying to cancel your existence by stranding Margarete in the future, don't you think? Master Hugo's plans will fail, thanks to me.
Oh, God. So that's what really happened when Mr. Eckert's daughter disappeared. Wait a second. Did you murder his wife, too?
As if I'd risk myself in doing that. Do you have any idea how fragile my body is? I have to take good care of it so that it won't break. I'm really not very strong. Just now, I had to rest a little here, and the next thing I know, there are people all over the crime scene. So I couldn't complete the switch. But I did manage to bring the real Margarete to this time. Under the name Dana, of course. No need to worry.
I don't believe the stunts you pull. These are people's lives, their fates that you're dealing with here.
You lost me there for a second, Ike. Sorry, but I'm not human, so I wouldn't know anything about that. But I do believe in the power of fate, you know. No matter how much you meddle, it always wants to go back to the way it was. It has a kind of homing instinct, if you catch my drift. That's why we're having so much trouble getting death du jour off your menu.
I know what I said about not wanting to die, but you have to stop changing other people's destinies so casually. I mean, why do you have to go that far?
Well, if you're that unhappy about it, Ike, would you like me to change it back? Of course, it has to be after she's turned 20, after she's taken hostage by Hugo. Otherwise, there's no point in switching them in the first place.
20 years isn't something you can just erase from memory and relive. Don't you understand how serious time is?
Excuse me? Are you trying to lecture me, Ike? After all I've done for you? Humans are nothing but trouble. Really? Well, see you later then.
Wait! Where do you think you're going? He said something weird. Homing instinct? No way. Was that it? So Dana is my... And Margarete is Mr. Eckert's daughter? Can that be it? Who's there?
No need to be surprised. You are a nervous one, aren't you, Ike? What did you want with this ruin? 400 years ago, it was a laboratory. Now, it's just a mess.
You didn't see anything? You know, in here?
Oh, you saw the spirit. So, you can see it, can't you? I can see the living, and I can see the souls of the dead. But I can't see the thing that lives here. It gives me the creeps, really. I can sense something, but that's it.
Hey, can you call up spirits?
Excuse me?
Well, for example, if Dr. Wagner could have a talk with Hugo right now, and Hugo understands what his father was really trying to do, well, maybe Hugo would change his mind about all this. What do you think?
Well, I hadn't thought of that. Dr. Wagner, of course. Nothing could be simpler.
Really?
Really? Wait a moment, and I'll fetch Dr. Wagner. Come over here. You better stand back, Ike. He's about ready. Now he's ready. Hello, Professor. How do you feel?
Dr. Wagner?
Aren't you, wasn't it you who brought me the Philosopher's Stone?
That's right. I'm Ike. Doctor, I have a favor I need to ask you. I don't know how to say this, but... well, your son, Hugo, is trying to kill me. He thinks that what happened to you and his whole family was Homunculus's fault. And that Homunculus would never have been created if I hadn't helped you. He told me this himself. He also said that he was going to use the Philosopher's Stone to bring his mother back to life.
Good Lord. Where is Hugo right now?
He's right over there. It's more than 400 years from your time.
I must see him. I must speak with Hugo. He needs to know the truth. I see now that this is why you've brought me here.
So you will speak to Hugo?
Yes, it is my duty. Will you take me to him?
Gladly.
Did you bring him?
Hugo!
Who's there?
Ike, please stay here. I will handle this.
Of course. Be careful.
Did you bring Homunculus?
Goodbye, Ike. Hugo!
Father?
Father?
Father, you're alive. How did you get here?
Hugo, what do you think you are doing? Did your mother and I give you life so that you could take another's?
No, that's not it. There's a reason.
Then stop your attempts on Ike's life. Do you understand? If you do that, I will tell you all about my research.
Okay. I understand.
That's my boy. Come with me.
Okay.
Let us go.
Father? Where are you going?
Dr. Wagner!
That isn't my father?
What?
What was that? And where did they go?
How's that? Good?
What's going on?
Where did you take them?
I wouldn't know.
Why not? Dr. Wagner.
Oh, that wasn't Dr. Wagner, Ike.
What?
Wagner isn't dead yet, so I can't very well call up his spirit, can I? That was a fake. Get it? A puppet that does exactly what I tell it to do. Not bad, eh? Hugo certainly fell for it.
Oh my God.
Well, that just about takes care of those murder attempts. Wouldn't you say? Well, looks like it's over, doesn't it? Good job, Ike.
I was trying to change my destiny.
And you did.
All this was for you? You used me to ensure you would exist, that no one would rewrite the script.
Now, let's not have all this unpleasant talk about using. I mean, who cares, really? Yes. Yes, you managed to preserve my destiny. If you had been killed, I would never have been born. Immortality has its perks, but you have to be given life first.
I see. So I was just being used. All your talk about an ancestor, was that just to get me to go back to that time?
Well, how should I know? Oh, by the way, I need the digipad back.
Here. It's yours.
Oh,
What?
well, why don't you take her back to her own time?
Huh? Who? Me?
Margarete, what do you want to do? Are you going back home or staying in this time?
I'll stay here. I want to stay in this time and make a life here.
Are you sure? I mean,
You know my father's not coming back, right?
that's what I read in a book. So if we're to trust that,
Then I won't go back. It's too lonely by myself. And besides, I feel good here, like I belong. It's a strange thing to feel, but I think I should go with it.
Here, you can have it back. I don't need it anymore.
Yes, hand it over.
Oh!
Oh no!
What happened?
I think it was destiny. Maybe fate decided his life would end this day. Soon afterwards, Margarete was adopted by the Eckarts. You could say that she finally came home.
It's such a tall tree. Was it here before?
No, I think this is where he... Did the stone do this? Is the tree here because the Philosopher's Stone gave up its energy? Hey, what is this?
What?